Wells Fargo presents one of the surest ways to grow your money. A Wells Fargo CD account, where you can earn a 5.00% annual percentage yield on an 11-month term with a minimum opening deposit of $5,000. Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/CD rates to open a CD account and start growing your savings with us.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Hey, it's Carl, and just jumping on to do a very quick midday. Well, it's after lunch now, isn't it? But just after 2 o'clock here in Portugal, and we tag team work here, me and Mrs. M. And in the last hour, I've been watching a few YouTube videos. Robin Sharma, I think, and some other people talking about how to be more productive and the secrets of high-performing individuals, athletes, CEOs, etc., etc. Artists and so on. The prolifically creative and genius type people who our society seems to admire. And one of the things that stayed in my mind is minimalism. Do excuse me, minimalism and focus. And how we spend 2 hours a day distracted on things we don't really want to be doing. Now, it's not the end of the world. It's very much a first world problem, isn't it, to be worried about every single thing you're doing. Some people just don't have that luxury. But I suppose once you do get into the area of thinking about what you're doing, and you're lucky enough to do so, there may be some margin for making your life a little bit more, if not more productive, which may not be a useful thing to do, but the depth, the profundity of experience is what interests me, and what a lot of these people don't seem to talk about. But I can see how reducing distraction, increasing focus might be useful, and I can see how stopping the world between activities could be useful too. So somebody suggested, I think it's Robin Sharma, is he called? 1991. You spend 90 days doing the first 90 minutes of your day on the thing that's most important in your life. Now, that would have been incredible. Obviously, that's just common sense. That would bring an incredible focus and productivity to whatever you wanted to focus on. And so how can we help? How can meditation help in that process? Well, I'm going to demonstrate that to you now. And we're going to have 10 minutes, as we have become accustomed to doing. If you're not familiar with this, this is Stop the World. You can get off, and in the last couple of weeks, we've been doing 10 minutes a day together. And I've been teaching you a method that's pretty much the same method every day, but just packaging it differently so the mind can go, oh, there's a new way of trying it. But it's actually the same. It's just between your soul and mine, and your higher self and mine, or whichever terminology you might prefer to use. It's the same thing every day. And what really matters is that you commit to practicing it. That's again, focus, what you put first, whether you decide to do it or not, and what you decide to do. So it's the same practice, and we're going to do it again today. And I would put to you that if between activities, so me, I've come from being, I've been making lunch for the kids and they're happy, and I've been watching a video, and Mrs. M's been working, and we're swapping over. So I'm working now, but before jumping straight into all the things I've got to do, it's going to be more productive for me to have clarity of mind than a mental soup. It's quite exhausting, isn't it, to have so much going on in your mind all the time. And here's my way of clearing it before I start my next hour of work, which is now only half an hour. Will be less by the time we finish this, but I think this is very important. So I'm going to do it. And I think minutes spent that are clear and focused and without distraction and all the noise of the mind are far more useful, enjoyable, and productive minutes. So it's not just about Western, industrial, rational-minded productivity. This is about quality of life as well. Okay, so let's do it now. And let's take 10 minutes together of stopping, of having the self-discipline to stop, having the self-observation power to do this, and the benefit that comes from self-observation. And let's see if there's any self-development potential in it. Okay, so feel your body on the chair. Forgive me for coughing so much. And feel the breath coming in and out of your body. Be aware of that. Focus on your breathing. And maybe close your eyes to minimize that distraction. Your eyes can see things in your room, and if you haven't got a minimalist room, your eyes will very likely see something that will make you think. So let's close the eyes. It's a really easy one. You can't close your ears so easily, and you wouldn't be able to listen to me if you did. I mean, that's not essential. If you don't need to listen to me if you're capable of sitting in a chair and just focusing on your breathing for 10 minutes anyway. But this is a communal endeavour, and I'm very interested to see how it is for you and whether or not you do think you need guidance and why. But not now. Don't do that now. Do that later. Put that on your to-do list. No, don't. Just be here now. Forget about all of that and everything else you possibly can let go of in this moment, because the only thing that really matters, if it's safe to do so and there are no emergencies, is just to focus on, as much as is possible, your pure being. And your breathing is a great access to that. Okay, so I'm going to go silent now. And what we're going to do together is we are going to, as the thoughts arise, as any distraction occurs, where there is anything coming up, just come back to your breathing and see what that can do for you for the next 10 minutes. we're coming up to. Sorry if I disturbed you there. And I muted the mic completely, which I think is probably a bit unhelpful. So I brought the sound back up, and I see we're a featured Spreaker podcast today. So welcome to anybody who's come on that basis and has fast forwarded in the waveform, thinking there's a hell of a lot of silence there. Well, it's a meditation podcast, so there will be. And apologies if I brought you out of a nice, quiet space into a noisy one. You just keep half an ear on me talking and stay where you are if you wish, or just turn me off if you're in a beautiful, peaceful space. I could wish nothing more for you. Stay there. But I wonder how that was for you. I turned off the mic and thought I'd bring up the background noise. You might have heard birds singing. You might have heard children in the house. And I nodded off once or twice, but certainly my mind is very clear and still and asleep at times. And then came back and, I would say I feel more of a blank slate than when I started. How was it for you? Carl@carlmunson.com if you want to let me know. I'd be delighted to know. And let's carry on with our journey deeper into within and eschewing and putting in its place the outside world, which, let's face it, is far too dominant, isn't it? It's overshadowed all that lovely goodness deep within us that we tend not to focus on too much, and that's our endeavor here. Okay, bye for now.
Wells Fargo presents one of the surest ways to grow your money, a Wells Fargo CD account, where you can earn a 5.00% annual percentage yield on an 11-month term with a minimum opening deposit of $5,000. Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/CD rates to open a CD account and start growing your savings with us.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.